In February 2024, Nathan Jones was appointed as Charlton manager. At the time, we were sat 20th in League One, on the cusp of a relegation battle and looking like we were sleepwalking into League Two. I remember those days not too fondly. I was going to say fondly, but I don't remember it fondly. But it's still engraved in my memory. The Michael Appleton days, the absolute dire squad we had that year. And the fact that Jones would go on to keep us up was a miracle in itself with the team that we had. February 2024, we were on the cusp of relegation to League Two. In fact, I think after his first game against Reading, where we lost 2-0, we dropped into the relegation zone that day. Most of us, myself included, I did a video about it, genuinely believed that we would be playing League Two football. Fast forward to October 2025, and Nathan Jones has Charlton sat 5th in the Championship, fresh off beating Ipswich 3-0. Hello everybody and welcome to the first individual video. I'm back doing individual videos on this channel. It's been ages since I've sat down myself and done a video like this, and honestly, it feels good to be a Charlton fan right now, doesn't it? It really does. I never thought I would have my club back, to be honest. I think this is the best Charlton fans have felt in years, honestly. We have been through the absolute trenches in the past few years. Honestly, it does really feel that way. And now to see the position that the club's in, and I know we're only 11 games into the Championship season, I'm fully aware that this video could very well backfire with the title, but I think even the fact that we're 5th in the Championship at this stage is just incredible. I don't think anyone would have predicted it. Going into this season, we were written off as one of the favourites to get relegated, if not the favourite to go down. I mean, if you think about it, of the newly promoted League One sides, we didn't look like we could stand a chance on paper. You know, you look at Birmingham, I mean, they already had a team that were equipped for the Championship based off last season and how stupidly good they were for League One and the amount of money that they've invested. Not just last season, but this year as well. And then Wrexham as well, with the Hollywood owners that they've got and, you know, the money that they've invested and the foundations that they've built. And then you have us who, prior to last season, had just come off our worst season in nearly a century. No one would have predicted that we would be the top fighting League One side, newly promoted team in the Championship right now, let alone in the playoffs, you know? It's unfathomable. And I'm speechless, to be honest. Like, the game yesterday, at the time of recording this, you're seeing this on the Thursday, recording this on the Wednesday, I'm still speechless from that Ipswich game. I honestly cannot believe that happened. I honestly never would have predicted it. I thought we were going to get absolutely slaughtered. And I thought, to be honest, we were going to get slaughtered for quite a few games so far this season. And you have to say, really, maybe bar 2 games, we've been competitive. We've not been outplayed. We've been a very difficult side to beat. We look like we belong in this division. Nathan Jones has got us competing at this level. And honestly, we're going to be a tough side to beat. And after last night especially, there must be several Championship clubs, if not all of them, that are dreading wanting to play against us just because of how we play football and the way that we're set up, because we are difficult to break down, as we've shown last night and as we've shown in multiple games. There's no structure to this video, to be totally honest with you guys, but honestly, I'm just here to just dissect what the hell has happened. We are 5th. Charlton Athletic are 5th in the Championship, 11 games into the season, with 5 wins, 3 draws and 3 defeats. I can't believe it. It is absolutely staggering to say that. I'd have bitten your hand off, you know, to be 21st at this stage. And to be honest, towards the end of the season, even with the start we have now, survival is paramount. That's the only thing I care about. Even if we finish 21st right now, I'd still say, do you know what, we're in the Championship, don't care. And I know that sounds quite, you know, negative to say, you know, because we're on a good momentum right now. But ultimately, I still like to think that I'm realistic, and I'm still, I don't know, I'm kind of like second guessing like whether this is real still, you know. I'm kind of just waiting for this to kind of drop off again and reality to sort of kick in. But as the weeks are going on and on and on, we're just becoming more difficult to break down and more difficult to beat. I mean, dissecting our results, looking at the game right now, looking at the fixtures that we played. So 1-0 win over Watford, 0-0 draw against Bristol City, 1-0 defeat to Leicester, 3-1 defeat to QPR, 1-1 draw with Millwall, 1-0 win away at Sheffield United, 3-0 win, dismantling of Blackburn, then a 1-1 draw with Preston, 1-1 draw with Derby, 2-0 defeat to Preston, and then just recently, the last 2 games that we've played, a 2-1 win over Sheffield Wednesday, and last night, of course, 3-0 battering, really, of Ipswich Town. I mean, just thinking about those games and thinking about the performances that we've put in those games, like I said, bar two, which is QPR and Preston, we've been competitive in every single one of those games. And arguably for the games that we didn't pick up points and the games we didn't win, we were very unlucky not to. I mean, going back to the Watford game, start of the season, it was, from memory, it was quite a scrappy, cagey affair. There weren't a lot of chances. Neither team really could break each other down and get those clear-cut chances. But we looked competitive and we were in the game. And, of course, it took a Harvey Nibbs late winner to seal the deal. And it was just the perfect start to the season. Bristol City could have gone either way. I mean, Bristol City are just a fantastic side. And, obviously, I think 0-0 was the fair result. But you could definitely make the argument towards the end of that game that we maybe could have come away with a win there. So there's an argument to say we were unlucky there. Leicester, we were very unlucky. I felt we were the better team over Leicester. And I still think that now. I think we completely dominated them, nullified their attacks, but ultimately it was an absolute wonder strike from Fatawu to get the goal. And, he'd shown that, skill prior to the goal that he scored. We know that, we probably should have dealt with him a bit better, but ultimately that was what cost us. And that was the goal that sealed the 3 points for Leicester, where arguably, it should have been us who won the game. But, that's the Championship, that's football, that's going to happen. But again, unlucky to drop points there and should really come away with the win. QPR was, an outlier. I mean, that was just a freak result. I don't think 3-1 was a true reflection of the game, because I do think that, the first 20 we were terrible, and then we kind of grew into the game a bit. We got the equaliser, but then towards the end of the game, the defence just fell apart and QPR just capitalised and they got the win. So, yeah, we weren't really at our best in that game, so I'll let you off with that one. Millwall still frustrates me even now. I mean, the fact that, we looked in control of that game from minute dot, really, and Millwall just didn't offer anything until Ramsey got the red card, stupid red card. I still hate him for him now, to be honest. I love the guy, obviously, but I still, I was very, very heavily critical of that. And ultimately, that is what cost us the 3 points. And again, that's the 3 points that, again, we probably deserved. Sheffield United, smash and grab away from home. Of course, Tanto Alafe getting the winner there. Blackburn Rovers, what a game. Completely dismantled them from start to finish. Dominant performance. Derby, again, unlucky to not come away with the 3 points in that one. But again, second half, we kind of dropped off. Preston, they battered us all over the pitch. I'll say that. From minute dot, we just didn't get out of first gear, or in any gear for that matter. And Preston just played us off the park. Typical Thierry Small scored, of course, as we know that's going to happen with ex-players. But they just outplayed us. But then in the last two games against Sheffield Wednesday and against Ipswich, Sheffield Wednesday, we didn't really get out of first gear against Sheffield Wednesday, really. But in the first half, Wednesday allowed us to not get out of first gear, if you know what I mean, in the sense that they didn't really offer us anything. And we scored two good goals in the first half. Second half, they come out like a team that was willing to fight for their badge, their livelihood and the club, because obviously we know the dire situation Wednesday are in at the moment, which is a real shame. But I was really impressed with Wednesday and the fans. Their support was absolutely electric, and they were arguably unlucky to not come away with a point in the second half, because they did really come at us in the second half and we didn't really look like we could get out of that first gear. But thankfully, we got the 3 points over the line. And then against Ipswich yesterday, the Ipswich game is the main reason why I'm making this video, because it is evidence that we can compete in this league. The position that we're in right now is not a false position in terms of our performances. Maybe in terms of the longevity of the season and how the season will pan out, it probably will be a false position, because I don't think we'll get playoffs. It'd be absolutely stupid if we get playoffs, as much as everyone's saying that they'd like it. I've seen all the tweets, the Coca-Cola Championship stuff being back. It's just, it feels good to be back in that conversation again. But anyway, I'm ranting away here. The Ipswich game is the main reason why I'm doing this video, as I said, because it's proof that we can compete at this level. I mean, I've seen a few Ipswich fans through various matchday vloggers and podcasts that I've seen, and a lot of them were saying that, oh yeah, we were a weak side, we were terrible. And to me, to be honest with you, it tells me that you don't understand the tactical side of football and the way that we play, because the Ipswich plan, the plan for the Ipswich game was to defend. It was to soak up the pressure. It was exactly how Jones has set us up since the minute he came into the club, and since probably from minute one of last season. The organisation of the defence is just second to none. We are very, very organised at the back. That is the main principle that he has outlined with this team. Play out, solid foundations from the back and hard-working team. We were grafting. We are a grafting team. We graft from minute dot, and that's exactly what we did yesterday. Grafted away, pressing the attack, pressing the defensive line, but the main objective of the game against Ipswich was to soak up the pressure and hit them on the attack. Ipswich are by far the best footballing team we've played this season. The best team on paper. They've got the best manager. They should be winning the league, this season. They are in a false position right now, but they've had a pretty difficult start to the season. But really, we held them back for most of the game. If you think about it, I mean, yes, they had their chances. Chuba smacked the bar. He narrowly missed the post, late in the early in the second half, just before we scored. Nunez had a fantastic free kick. Kaminsky pulled off some great saves. It's just been, we were just soaking up that pressure. But then once we realised that their defence could be broken down and they got a bit leggy, that was when we realised that we could hit them. I mean, Tanto should have scored. Gillespie definitely should have scored, but I mean, he didn't expect the ball to come to him when the ball come in. It obviously took a niggle off someone, and then he's obviously stuck a foot out trying to be like reactionary, trying to get it in, and it's gone over the bar. But those are chances that we should have been taking. And then the second half, my God, I mean, as I said there, we realised that their defence was getting leggy, and we sliced through Dara O'Shea and Jacob Greaves, who are two unbelievable centre-backs for this level, like butter. We completely tore them to shreds. Sonny Carey, unbelievable goal. Great run through the defence from nearly inside his own half, nearly the halfway line. He took that and drove forward. Gillespie getting the goal, what a man he is. And then Leeburn off the bench. If I'm just dissecting the overall squad, how we're looking this season, the main area of concern that I've said throughout this season is the attack. Now, it's good that we're scoring goals across all areas of the pitch, but before the Ipswich game, we'd scored only one goal between the strikers, and that was Tanto Alafe, and he weren't even starting games. The main gripe that I've had is the fact that the front two that we typically play, which is Charlie Kelman and TC, we played Leeburn and TC against Bristol City, but the majority of the games, all the other games since then, apart from Ipswich, of course, was Kelman and TC, and it was evident that they didn't work as a front two. TC, for me, I've been heavily critical of him this season. I'm going to be very honest. I have been very critical because before the season started, I didn't know whether he was going to be good enough for this level. And for me, it was very clear that he didn't work with Kelman because the system that we play, because he's a natural winger, he's not a natural striker, he's a natural winger. He drifts wide, and that's where we can get the best out of him. But in doing that, we isolate Kelman. And I feel really bad for Kelman. He, of course, hasn't scored yet. But his work ethic off the ball, the chances that he's creating for himself now, he's growing into this team and that goal is coming. But we just need that strike partner next to him. And TC, for me, is not the answer. Yes, he can drive us forward. But the way people go on about that, in my opinion, you talk about as if that's a unique skill. Like, a lot of players in our squad can do that. And I know TC can keep us up the pitch and he can drive us forward. But again, it's that end product. And it's that taking on your man and getting past players. And the fans are starting to get on his back in terms of his lack of end product. And I've been saying from minute dot that he should be coming off the bench and looking to make an impact. We need to be battering the defences in the Championship, pressing them, putting under pressure. And once they get leggy, that's when you bring TC on as a bit of a difference maker, something different for them to go up against because he's got pace. He will take on players every single time and the defence don't know how to cope with him. Look what happened against Ipswich. Look what happened. We played Kelman and Tanto, perfect front two, the perfect setup all around the pitch, but it was the perfect front two to have there. Two physical presences who are going to press the defensive line, who are going to win balls in the air and going to hold up the ball to bring everyone else into the game. It's exactly how we needed to do it. And then come the half-hour mark, Leeburn, 6'7", brilliant. TC comes on. Someone who can put balls into the box and look to take on their man. It was the perfect combination, and that's exactly what I want to see from TC from now on. I want to see him coming off the bench and making that impact, because that performance right there is exactly what I know that he can do for this club. Exactly what I know he can do. I don't think he's good enough to start. I don't think we can start him with the system that we play. Yesterday against Ipswich, yes, it was only one game, but it proved that we can get the best out of him from doing that. And that performance last night was the best I've seen from him and from every single player on that pitch. It was absolutely outstanding. Every single one of them. They played for this badge here. They played for it. That's the one thing I've said about this Jones side. We just work hard. We never stop. Never, ever, ever. Yeah, we're going to have a couple of games where we drop off, QPR, Preston. But for the majority of the games this season, we have been grafting. We have been in every game. We haven't been outplayed. We haven't been dominated in the other games. And arguably, we've been the better team in quite a lot of the games this season. And the fact that we just battered Ipswich 3-0 yesterday shows that we're not mugs and we're here to compete at this level. And the way that this team is looking right now and the way that this team is set up, it's like I said at the start of this video. We were fighting relegation, the prospect of relegation to League Two when Nathan Jones took over. Now we're fifth in the Championship. What a turnaround, honestly. I have never felt this proud of a Charlton side and this happy to be a Charlton Athletic fan and this connected to not just this team, not just this manager, but to this club as a whole. This is the first time where everything is just connected and it feels like a club again. We feel united. I've been talking a lot about the differences between the last time we was in the Championship with Sam on my show Addicted. Feel free to check it out. We've done 4 episodes of it. We drew comparisons in the first episode to where we were last time in the Championship, and full credit to Lee Bowyer, because the job that he did that season was nothing short of incredible. We come up short, of course, getting relegated, and that was down to a whole host of factors. You know, the squad being underprepared due to a lack of finances because of the Châtelet, then the injury crisis midway through the season, Conor Gallagher getting recalled, Lyle Taylor refusing to play, then ESI taking over and basically killing the club, and ultimately it was just only one way that it was going to go. We were underprepared for the Championship, and there was just a whole disconnect between the manager and the team, and then the ownership, and then further down the line there just became a disconnect between all three of them. And now under GFP, who have not shown face at all since they've taken over this club, they've just been happy to sit there. The playoffs, after winning the playoffs against Leyton Orient, we got the prize money, and the ownership just went, right, here's all of it. This is the money that you're going to use in the Championship. But the thing is, we had to do that. We had to spend the money so we could be competitive at this level, and we could fight at this level. And just look at the team that we have now. Last season's squad, the first 11 was fantastic for League One, but the depth was the big problem for me. Just look at it now. Look at the squad selection headache that Jones has now with this team. I mean, off the top of my head, just thinking about the players we already had coming into the season: Ramsey, Jones, Gillespie, Josh Edwards, one of the most underrated players I've seen play for this club, Connor Coventry, Greg Docherty, like Miles Lieburn. You know, I felt we all thought, you know, okay, not sure how he's going to do in the Championship. My God, what a step up. Tyrese Campbell, I know what he can do, but too inconsistent. But I feel like coming off the bench is his strength now. Matt Godden still to come back from injury. And then the signings. Jesus Christ. Sonny Carey, probably the best free transfer this club has made in God knows how long. Thomas Kaminski, quality goalkeeper. Amari Bell, outstanding. I thought he was going to be a squad player this year. He's been absolutely electric. Reece Burke, solid at the back. Joe Rankin Costello, not had the best of starts, but I'm confident that he's going to come good. Charlie Kelman, Tanto Alafe, dramatically improved the attacking line, and they're going to get more goals. I'm confident of that. Harvey Nibbs, the fact he can't even get in the squad at the moment is unbelievable. That shows there how good in quality our squad is coming into this season. Who else have we signed? I can't remember. James Bree, my God, where have we fished him from? On loan from Southampton until January, and he's almost their top goal scorer. I think he's got 2 goals, isn't he? The same amount of goals that he scored in his entire career prior to coming to Charlton. He's got 5 goal contributions in what, 5 or 6 games? Joke. Unbelievable. And then we've got Arnel Hernandez, you know, as a bit of a backup option. There's probably someone else that I've forgotten that we've signed, and it's not coming to me right now. It must be, that's quite embarrassing. It'll come to me eventually, but like that's what I mean, man. This is what I mean. This team is so well prepared this time. They all want to play for this badge, and it just feels like a united club again. This title is definitely probably going to be, you know, it probably backfire because we're obviously not going to be 5th come the end of the season, at least I don't think. But the optimism is there to believe that we can do that. And I cannot wait for the rest of this season. I can't wait to be discussing it with you guys again. It feels good to be back, man. I feel motivated again to do this, and I can't wait. I feel so happy right now with where this club is, with the direction that we're taking, with the way that we're playing, and how competitive we look for this level. We're no mugs, man. We are here to compete for this level, and I cannot wait for the next few games. I mean, I'm going to Hull City on Saturday, and it's probably going to be, this is going to backfire there because I've got an absolutely atrocious away record, and I can't wait just for that to just ruin it again. But you know what? The away streak's got to end someday, so I'm hoping above all that this is going to be the end of it now, and it's going to come to an end. But I can't wait for that. I can't wait for the rest of the season, man. I can't wait to, you know, see where this team can go, because this is a project, and this is really, really, really exciting, and I cannot wait to see where Nathan Jones is going to lead us. From 20 months, going from nearly League 2 to fighting in the Championship, it's just incredible. I could never have believed it like 3 or 4 years ago when we was under Sandgard and, you know, just coming out of near administration, and, you know, and the dross under Adkins, and, you know, Garner not working out and not getting the right time, and Holden not getting the right time either, even though his football wasn't great, and Appleton being a disaster, and Jones only barely managing to keep us up. It's just the progression of this club is just absolutely incredible, and I am so happy with where we are right now. And like I said, I'm really, really happy to be back doing these videos again. Thank you all for watching this video. I know it's been a ranty one for this one, but I just had to get something out, because I just had to get something off my chest, man, because it's been so good right now. I'm so happy right now to be a Charlton fan, and I haven't felt this way in ages. So thank you all for watching this video, guys. It is greatly appreciated. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, and turn on those post notifications so you're notified of every time I upload a new video. Charlton fans, or even non-Charlton fans, what are you thinking of us right now? Let me know in the comments below. Honestly, like I said, I'm just so happy right now, and I can't wait to be bringing more content out to you guys because I just feel motivated to do it again, man. I feel so motivated. I feel so happy right now, and I can't wait to bring more out. Be sure to check out Addicted. That is going to be hopefully weekly, or as weekly as we can do it with Sam. We're going to try and do things in person and live. We've got some good things planned for it, so be sure to check that out. I'll leave a link to the playlist in the description so you can check out the previous 4 episodes that we've done. As I said, guys, leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you're notified every time I upload a new video, which will hopefully be soon. Maybe I might do one for the whole game. We'll wait and see. This has been Tyler Ellington. Have a nice day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take it easy, stay safe, and I'll see you all later. Charlton Athletic are 5th in the Championship. That is insane. Never, ever would I have said that a few years ago, and hopefully the run can continue. Take care. See you guys soon.